On everybody? I hope y'all been safe, y'all been chilling, and y'all been wearing your mask. Yes, wear your mask. Amen. Amen. So, as y'all can see from the title of this video, and disclaimer, the timestamp is gonna be at the in the description and in the comment section, because I'm gonna go over the whole Ghost Oki thing because this patch kind of changed up Ghost Oki a little bit, so I had to, remove my Ghost Oki guides from my Gotenks playlist, which y'all should go watch, by the way. So we're gonna cover the basics of Ghost Oki to, the good stuff, And this is how I use Ghost Oki, so as I say with all my guides, this is not some, do what I say, everything else you do is wrong. This is just how I use Ghost Oki, and I figured I'd share that with y'all. So let me go ahead and shut up. We're gonna get into it. So the first thing is what is Ghost Oki basically? So that's this right here. You use the ghost to do mix-ups and all that good stuff. So each ghost has a button. So all four of these ghosts are assigned to a button. So they all detonate, after a while. So you see that's one for H, then, for all four buttons. And if you look at the thumbnail shows each button that's assigned to each ghost. So that's what you use for your mix-ups and things like that, and for your combos. So that's basically how Ghost Oki works, or that's how Ghost Oki, the ghost, works, and that's how it operates. It's all assigned to four buttons, and you can actually call in, one, and then use it for Dragon Rush, things like that, to kind of bait the opponent to sit still since the ghost is out. But we'll get into the mix-ups a little later. But that's basically the gist of Ghost Oki. It ain't nothing complicated, with holding buttons and nothing like that. It's just simply, press whatever and then the ghost come out. And that helps with combos and things like that. And of course, again, y'all will see later on in the video. So I think I covered that, pretty simple, straightforward. So what changed about Ghost Oki? What did they do? So, for those that remember, this used to be an option back in, I was going to say back in the day, last patch. As you can see, I'm negative 25 now. They gave Ghost more recovery. Sometimes if you didn't have you didn't want to, or this is more commonly times you would use it, like this. You get a knockdown, you do backdash. You can't do that no more. That's gone now. So backdash Ghost Oki is just erased. So just to give you an idea of how negative he is, I want you to see that I'm holding down the block. As you can see, I got hit. And against somebody like Gogeta, how you do this move? How the F do you do this move? Alright, we ain't gonna worry about it. The EX Lariat basically beats that. So if instead of doing level 3, Gogeta can actually wake up EX Lariat and it will punish Gotenks clean. So that's basically the gist of his backdash Ghost Oki, and same goes for this. This situation is completely erased. So don't ever backdash Ghost Oki no more. If you play somebody that do it, you smoke them for it, because they can't do that no more. So now the only thing that's left So the situation, the RPS situation that you normally used to get from the backdash ghost, it's on this ghost when you do the knockback JH. So you remember normally when you do backdash ghosts, that was the RPS, whether or not the opponent might vanish so you can 2H. But now that option is now on what normally used to be the meaty Ghost Oki situation, which is this. So Twitter went crazy. I did too, no lie. You know, because it just felt like, man, they just took away Ghost Oki. You know, now it's all RPS until, you know, Gotenks Discord, the group chat on Twitter, we all band together, put our heads together. Shout outs to y'all. And we had figured out that, so if what helps to make Ghost Oki a bit more meaty is you can still get that same situation if you do fast fall. So as you can see, I messed up right there. So what I noticed is when you doing this, let me see. So let me stop comboing for a second to explain. So since they added more recovery to the ghost, now your inputs for doing meaty ghosts is a bit more precise because of the recovery. So you got a bit of the window to kind of mess up the timing is I won't even say common. I think it's just getting adjusted to the recovery timing. But, you know, it is easy to mess up the timing, and if the opponent just mash and vanish, you can mess it up and they'll be able to vanish on time. So I give you a combo like this, for example. So the lower you are to the ground, the easier it is to like mess up the timing, but still have the ghost be meaty. See, the ghost still meaty. So the key when doing Ghost Oki now is trying to do combos that keep them low enough to the ground that when you do Ghost Oki, you will land fast enough that you can still meaty ghosts, if that makes sense. You know, I ain't trying to overcomplicate it or nothing. So as you can see, I was still able to meaty ghosts. You see, he set the vanish and all that. So if you do it higher in the air, so if I do it much higher in the air like this, even if I fast fall, I'm a bit too far away. And it takes more time for me to actually land and then still call the ghost, even though I did fast fall. And when I say fast fall, for those that are wondering, that's this right here. You know, when you super jump and you just hold down. For those that don't know, super jump is when you just jump in the air and then you can kind of change your float to come down slow or come down fast. So when you're doing this, you automatically doing the super jump, so you can do the Gotenks little key blast re-jump. So once I do the jump back JH, I'm already holding down to land faster, which is what makes the ghost more meaty, even though I keep messing it up. The air version, like that hop in the air, I think I'm either mistiming it or it don't work as consistently when you that hop in the air. So the combo routes that I do, and I'm sure Gotenks players, they gonna chime in the comment section. So thank y'all in advance for that. And to excuse me, what other routes you can use, but the routes that I use to, you know, keep them close by the ground is this. So that way I can still do, you know, auto combo and, you know, get a confirm from there. And that's another thing too that they changed. I forgot to mention is normally when people get hit by ghosts, you know, it was easy to convert from a, you know, from the ghost, like just like how I just did, but it's a bit harder now because of the ghosts, the recovery time and the way you able to call your ghosts. You can still combo from it, but it's just a little bit harder. You know, they just made Ghost Oki just a little bit harder for no reason, but I ain't gonna complain too much because it's still there. You know, so the next thing, another combo, is that you can do this for the spacing. Hold on, I messed it up. So that right there. So you see, I didn't use my extra jump, so I could do jump back JH. See, and this is also, and you see I got a whole super dash mix from there. You see the CPU is set to first hit only. So this right here, people normally do combos like this. And then you just do medium spin, and then you do jump back JH. And the key to that is not using, after you do the re-jump, you do the spin and don't use your extra jump so you can do the jump back JH. And if y'all wondering how to do the re-jumps and all that, y'all check out my Gotenks playlist. I got all the tutorials for how you do each of his re-jumps. So I got y'all covered. So those are the two things that or a few things that I do to, you know, make sure. And another thing to pay attention to is, let me see, is you make sure that your ghost is not too close. So this is just practicing routes. So for example, like this, I did a bad one on purpose. You see, I still was able to kind of get ghosts, but I was too close that it automatically, as soon as Gogeta got up, the other two ghosts just fell on top of him. So you probably can get something from that, but you know, the more, in my experience playing with Gotenks, the more optimal ways is kind of like something like this, where you leave enough room that you can get the low into the ghost and all that good stuff. So you will be practicing a lot of routes just to see kind of the spacing that you need. But this is key right here with the new Super Dash, Beam Super Dash confirmed. Let me see if this is a good one. See? Still not good. So this is my point. You got to make sure that you labbing those routes with Gotenks to make sure you got the right height. See, now I'm high enough now. See, and then I got more than enough room to do the low and with ghost so I can build meter and all that, you know, all that good stuff. So that's kind of, hopefully I ain't dragged that on too long, but I really want y'all to understand, Ghost Oki's still there, but you just have to, it got nerfed, but it's still there to the point where you still can mix people. So, and let me turn on Vanish just for the sake of showing this. I should have did that earlier, my bad. See? set to vanish. So the higher you are in the air, the harder it is to meaty the ghost because of the recovery. Like I say, I think I saw a YouTube, Twitter video that somebody can do it very high up in the air and still make it meaty, but the timing is more strict compared to if you were to do some of the routes I just did when you're lower to the ground, but not so low that it kind of mess up your Ghost Oki timing. So you make sure you lay out those scenarios. And the next thing is the mix-ups, the things that you can do from the ghost. So for the sake of demonstration, I just show I had a CPU set to guard all, just for the, for the sake of showing, what Gotenks can do from this. So these are the mix-ups that I like to do. So I do something like this. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me show so I can explain this. Okay. So as you can see, a combo like this, you see how my meter penalty was still there. So now I'm gonna show you why us Gotenks players with ghosts all the time when we get that confirmed with the low. For the sake of the video, let me just do auto combo. See, now you press S to make the ghost whiff. And if you want to lab the Ghost Oki, you can just do this. You can just do this because it's the same as doing the other combo that I was doing earlier that ended in auto combo. So as you can see, I skipped the meter penalty because once I did the donut, I press S again so the ghost can just disappear or fly away while the opponent was still wrapped in the ghost. So you still get meter from that. So that's why it's important when you're doing your Ghost Oki that you leave enough room that once you're able to do the donut, because this is the problem sometimes. Let me see if I can get it right here. So this is the problem sometimes. So you see how the ghost hit him like that? Sometimes that happens if you do the Ghost Oki a little too close. So when you try to do the donut, the opponent will actually just get hit by the ghost because of how big the character is. So you gotta really make sure with your spacing that you leave that ghost enough room like that. So another thing that I like to do is you can do super dash mix. So this is how I like to do the super dash mix. So I like to dash and then see, and then I can really just loop it all over again. And the good thing about this is, see, Dragon Rush is very good. So I know some people got they do their Ghost Oki order differently, but I like to use everything except the S. So the S Ghost, I like to lead the S Ghost because you see how close it is? I can still Dragon Rush, and the opponent is paying attention to that, so you won't even be able to see. Or you can do a jump in like this, and then if they block, now you get to do the auto combo mix, quote unquote, or go low, so you get a lot of nice stuff from this. See, and that would all normally be a true block string. But like I say, for the sake of the video and not messing up, I just put it on guard all. But you can set the timing. So like the way you can practice Ghost Oki too without having to do a combo over and over, just dash forward and right here. And you can just practice it all you want. See, I set it to guard first only now. So, you know, you just dash up, back dash, now you at the position. So you get to do a lot of stuff from this. And another thing to take into account that people like to do is the guard cancel vanish. So this is what I like to do. I like to call a ghost just to bait them, and I just wait. And then if I had more meter, then I could just do that. So another thing is where it's at, the spark baits. So spark baits with this, let me just set a timer. So remember how I was mentioning it earlier, y'all seen me do this in videos before, but I'm gonna just show it here. See, so you can actually spark bait. Normally people like to spark Gotenks when Gotenks getting closer to you, so they can knock Gotenks away. So what I like to do is I'm pressing Ghost while I'm coming in, and then backdash. See, I messed it up there. I think I might be too close. Let me see. Yeah, I'm too close. So what I like to do is coming in, and then, you know, now I'm able to still backdash. And the thing is, when I do this, it's also calling the S Ghost to punish at the same time. So that's also like, you know, a neat little trick you can do. And another thing that I want to mention that I forgot to mention earlier, let me see, what character can I show this on? I probably can show it on Broly. Let me see, is this the fast one? Okay, so say for instance, I just did this. So I normally call the ghost and I'm jumping in. So the CPU did it kind of fast, but the Ghost Oki I was showing earlier when I whip JL and I'm pressing the buttons and I'm coming down, the flaw to that is if somebody wake up level 3, like with Broly, for example, I would get hit if I didn't have another bar to vanish, for example. So this is what I like to do when I feel somebody is kind of, you know, level 3, wake up level 3 heavy. So I do the dash up version, which is just calling the ghost. I'm dashing and I caught the ghost. See, and I'm able to block in time. So the way that works is you can call the ghost. You can call the ghost while in this animation. I forgot to mention that earlier. So you can call the ghost while in animation, and you see. But normally any other time, it's only if you press a button that it'll come out, or if you're doing a move that's like while you in the air whiffing, you can still press the button. But that's how that works when you do this. I call the H Ghost and I'm still dashing forward, you know, until whatever. So another thing that I like to mention is, and this is probably the last thing, I think I checked all the boxes that I think should help y'all with Ghost Oki, and y'all can test this out for y'all characters. Depending on like what character you have that might have a side switch, you can get Ghost Oki optimal Ghost Oki. So like Broly, he can do the side switch, the special tag, which allows me so you see something like this. And then I get to do, you know, the party gets started basically. So same thing goes for Gogeta. So I get the side switch. I ain't got no more meter, but y'all get the idea. Like I can use the Gogeta's EX Larry with side switches and then use Gotenks to, and this is of course if I have more meter, you know, like if I had 4 bars to spare. Gogeta already builds nice meter anyway. And right here, I get the optimal Ghost Oki situation that I was talking about earlier. The perfect spacing to get everything that you want to get out of Ghost Oki. Just like that. So, test out, you know, your characters, your team, and see, you know, because I'm pretty sure Baby, for example, probably can get something like that for Gotenks because his throw side switches pulls you out the corner. You know, that's why I really like Broly and Gogeta with Gotenks because they all flow well together and it helps Gotenks do his Ghost Oki stuff. So, I think I rambled on long enough. I hope this sheds some light on Gotenks, and I don't, you know, and just, you know, my little 2 cents before I close out the video. I feel Gotenks is, I don't feel like he dead. I still feel like he a very strong character, and Ghost Oki got nerfed, but it's still there, and you can still make it work for yourself. So, you know, now I think it's more about using all his other tools, even though it was a dumb nerf, but now it's all about using his other tools in combination with the Ghost Oki. Rather than last season, I guess it was, you know, to them it maybe was just flowchart, autopilot, going to Ghost Oki over and over, you know, so I guess that was their reasoning behind it. But again, to me, Gotenks is not dead, Ghost Oki is not dead, it's nerfed, but it's still there. So, you know, I take that. You know, this the hand we was dealt, and it's still a solid hand. So, with that being said, I thank y'all for watching, and I hope to shed some light on the Ghost Oki and help y'all on y'all journey, especially with rollback coming up. Woo! Y'all have a blessed day, and I thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care.